Chevy dealer Freddie Fermin. This is not your normal backup catcher. He's in the leadoff spot today. He's had a very good series. But Andy, you and I were talking before the game. Bobby Witt Jr. is just, it's eye-opening the level at which he is playing this game right now.
Most electric player in the big leagues right now. Holton's going to have to find a way to hold him down.
Ball side window, starting pitcher Tyler Holton. This is his 4th straight start. Tyler Holton is a reliever, but he is being used as an opener quite a bit, either for bullpen days. Today it's expected to be for Kent Maeda as a bulk reliever. First pitch of the game, grounded deep in the hole at short, backhanded by Javi Baez. Long throw to first. 1-6-30 start can, well, on a day like this, they can be tricky.
You got to hit him in the ribs or throw something over the plate and hope he doesn't hit it hard. That will start getting him off some pitches away.
1-1. And this is, you can't overstate the value of this arm. Fly ball right center, Parker Meadows. Holton got off to a bit of a quiet start. Clear bullpen MVP again this year.
Down the stretch here for sure.
Foul down the first baseline off the bat of pass.
That cutter's got just enough shape.
Foul out of play. You like that
so
little.
Well, when it gets delivered to the plate, that split-second decision is quicker than normal.
Grounded to first, Bly Madrid. He's much tougher on lefties. First pitch.
Change up, down and away. Those are his neutralizing pitches to left-handed hitters.
Fastball up right after the trade from Detroit last year.
Then what happened?
And then he just has not been. Understand, they wanted him to throw fewer pitches. Swinging a pop-up. Left side of the infield, Bobby Witt will take charge.
Start chasing his pitches just off the zone. It's a lot tougher.
Ground ball up the middle. Bobby Witt Jr. getting better and better.
Fluid. It was smooth. It was sharp.
And now he is with high walks, low strikeouts. There is a very good. He was traded to Kansas City. Slicing drive down the right field line. Foul.
Swing at some of his nonsense pitches out of the zone, like that one, right there.
From the stretch at all times. Fly ball. This one heading toward the corner will stay fair. One hop against the wall. Veerling around first, and he'll cruise into second.
Be an athlete.
Justin Henry Malloy. Walk rate is almost doubled. Fly ball left field. I don't think he got all of it. He did not. Melendez looking to the sun will make the catch. That's a guy who could wear an umpire out. Salvador Perez swings and misses.
It's harder to stay on those pitches away, especially the changeup.
Swing and a miss. Eagles. Ground ball softly to first. Changeup gets the weak swing from a hot hitter. But they have swapped now. So Parker
7 look like a 9.
It can happen, except he's got really good handwriting.
Oh, he does.
Ground ball to first, and Madrid going by the closer for Jim Leland.
Great to be with you guys as always. And
With the fans, incredible for Jim Leland. You read so many stories. Foul.
There wasn't many of us prior to young guys that had never done anything. So, or Verlander can't throw every day. Robin and Fett and Jaime has when he got traded, he said that he would.
And he has really struggled to throw strikes.
I mean, what does that mean to
that right there? He's a nibbler. He's up a lot early.
Well, because he's got the ability to go.
And then as soon as they bite, then he gets settled in.
Like that. Is back on that wall here at Comerica Park.
And for emceeing that today. It was great.
It is such fun to be a part of that. Big ceremonies.
See you guys, and great to be with you.
Oh, look at that slider.
You had a bunch of guys that hadn't really done anything as far as playoffs. Did from those opening letter that you wrote us in spring training to
but the players were really talented. I knew that when I took the job, and I wanted everybody to take the field like this as a manager. I always like to take my team on the road, see this team.
Yep. And then
won pretty much for 8 years. We just didn't get that final piece that we very easily
kind of say, okay, this is what he's like.
Yeah, you try to get him, your normal players, whatever it may be, a utility player. But I always earned it, and I hope that they earned as much as they could. But he wasn't going to get better treatment than anybody else.
And that was one of your.
That I always took pride in the fact that loss on the field, and that can be tricky sometimes. So
and how much he enjoyed from having a lunch with Jim without thinking maybe a little bit differently.
And he's in a little bit of a different baseball world than I was. But they're now with all the modern stuff and technology that they have. There's no question. But AJ's got that combination.
I think you understood very well the pressure the players are under, especially guys coming up. I always thought, I'm like, you know, and at times like, man, Skip must really think I'm decent.
I said, come here. He said, I went over to talk to him, and he whispered in my ear. He said,
I love that you always did it with humor, trying to get your players to understand every single one of those guys.
Well, the time that speech is, I wasn't going to work if we're not going to play 9 hard innings every day. I want to manage 9 hard innings the best I can.
That this guy doesn't. It's fun go. Walk in the outfield during batting practice, checking on the temp.
And that's always been my philosophy.
And when did you off a little bit? Then he walks back to his.
Well, every once in a while you think of something else and you get back
5 minutes just to make sure.
And then my managerial career was the fact that I was not a good player.
Hey, if Austin gets it lead off, you're going to hit and run second pitch or
it was
whatever.
Confusing because nobody could really. They thought maybe they got a sign from Gino, and Gino wasn't actually.
Same thing in a pitcher's meeting when he's going to give you one thought. He's going to tell you what they're going to do, where you're going, if they bunt, where to throw, to what base. Be prepared for this situation, and you turn around and walk out. Wasn't any rah-rah, go get them, hey, we believe in you, this kind of crap. He was strategic and very precise and on those particular moments as well. So he had the ability to be in the dugout and talk big picture, but then with the guy in the on-deck circle or with the guy getting ready to pinch hit or with a pitcher, he could zone on a specific.
Well, I didn't have to do that much with you because you closed them all pretty good that whole year. You were terrific. And I got a kick out of the teams. If they were behind a run or two, they always would say, oh, you got to take strike one. Todd Jones threw strike one right down the middle, 89 miles an hour, and then picked them apart from there on. I used to love it. I said, look, they're going to take. Watch this. 88, 89 right down the middle. Now he could throw it harder when he wanted to.
Don't you mean 98, 99?
I think so. Maybe.
Yeah. The guns were different.
No, I meant 89.
The guns were different.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, meantime, Tigers got bases loaded.
Good.
Got a little pitchers meeting, Skipper. What are they talking about?
Yeah, well, I can give you one. I'll never forget St. Louis Cardinals here one day, loaded the bases against Bondo in the first inning, and Albert Pujols was coming to bat. So I went out and I told Bondo, I'll never forget this. This is hard to believe. And it wasn't had anything to do with me. It's what Bondo did. But I said to Bondo, you see that guy at third? He said, yeah, I see him. I said, well, he's going to score. But I said, turn around and look at that guy at second. I don't want him to score. He struck out Pujols, got a double play ball, and got out of the inning. I've never seen anything like it. He just made great pitches, struck out Albert Pujols, bases loaded, nobody out, and got a double play ball to end the inning. So you never know what's going to happen. Chuck Tanner once said, I never made a bad decision. A lot of them just didn't work out.
You didn't second guess yourself very often, though, I don't think.
Well, not too often, but I did. I made mistakes, and nobody. Shoot.
Ground ball to third will end the third innings. They did a great job putting on the wall overnight.
Next night, you start the 8th. Hats off to the guys in the pen showing out.
Chopper to short off the bat of a dangerous hitter on
a huge strikeout guy.
But you're looking for disconnected swings. Like, take a picture of that one, folks. Bobby need to be long and stretched and get him back.
Maybe 5 strikeouts. Then he got roughed up a little bit by Toronto. Now last time out, is this his best role coming out of the bullpen?
These two pitchers, Kente Maeda and Michael Lorenzen, are very similar in the regard that Kente can go inside, and that's what 90% of baseball players go deeper.
Bounce, go deeper, get him to chase.
Like that.
Yeah.
Good. 1-2 goes away.
And what makes Maeda get by you and get in your kitchen?
Be careful here. Driven to left field deep.
Continue to open everything up, because if you stay on one side of the plate in the major leagues, you're going to
get touched.
You're not going to stay in the major leagues because
chopped softly to third. Ibanez on the run. Nice play. Made it look easy. Lefties this year. Anything in particular that stands out about?
Just a little bit. against the right-handers. If you see that front foot kind of slide out.
Wow. Michael Lorenzen with a quick glove.
Gato is Spanish for cat. Is that right?
Yes. The pitchers are going to come in. He'll probably throw that changeup at some point again.
Cutter has him jumping back.
Out over the plate away, off the plate away. And now here he's pumping him heaters.
You didn't get to the big leagues if you can't hit a fastball.
Lines it into right.
Good piece of hitting right there.
On the changeup.
That's right.
Nice job.
Adjustment, Dan. Todd, more of a plate too.
Javi Baez hits it deep but playable for Kyle Isbell. And that's going to take care of the Tigers.
These guys all feel before deciding further steps. But good news is these guys inch their way close.
One hitter after another. It becomes a point where you've just lost one too many when Riley Green went that kind of 1-2 punch of Colt Keith and Riley Green.
The lineup, and those guys continue to play. They're always feeding off one another. And you hope that, guys can just get healthy. This team is a good team. Got to get the guys healthy.
Several nice plays tonight already at third base. Doesn't get many starts there. Paul DeYoung, very aggressive hitter.
At some point. What do you think? We're going to need that.
Base hit into center off the bat of DeYoung. Who's the other guy? Oh yeah, Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, that guy.
I don't think they're going to use.
You don't need a starter for him.
The first three hitters they face, you give them it, set them up for success in their first outing so that they don't have to face the best hitters. I think they like the look of Kenta Maeda coming out of the bullpen right now as a bulk make some starts. Perfect slider on the back door twice, MJ Melendez. Now, when did the strike zone box, you played what, 11, 12, 13, right?
Yeah. Oh, there's a strike.
There was no strike. So
strike
you could
zone
really
box.
sell it.
That's right.
No one would ever know. First three appearances, long out of the bullpen. Backdoor slider. I think we're seeing improved strike throwing for Maeda. Wanted the call.
Hope just don't give up on it when it's out away.
Swing and a miss. Slider, and he stayed with it. Got the swing and miss. No coincidence. Perfect pitch down. When he was asked what team would you like to manage in baseball in history, he said that was the most talent-laden team that he had. Several Tiger hitters kind of slowed the swing down on the changeup. Swing.
Hate that.
Take your cut. Perez has struck out and popped out. He's going to pop out again. Pasquantino out number 2. Changeup away here at Comerica Park. For tickets, go to tigers.com/tickets. First pitch fastball to the Kansas City order. Slider low and away.
Kansas score some runs for a while. Everything evens out over time, right? Working the slider more, moving the fastball down in the zone a little bit more.
And gets calls like
away soft stuff.
Back-to-back splitters.
Better be down out of the zone.
Fly ball slices deep down the right field line, but
do some damage.
0-2, swing and a miss. He's a lot of hitters. It was a combination of many things, but it was the strike throwing.
Backdoor slider. Oof.
I like that.
Yeah.
Won most of the year. Slider gets a pop up, but that dangerous hitters had a big series at the plate. Fly ball, right field, forget it. Way back and gone.
First game of the series. But he about snuck that fastball by him. Hindsight's 20/20. But at some point, this team, if you don't start speed away,
and even if his ball
out over the plate and pulls it to left for a double, you're going to make adjustments to what you're trying to throw him.
He didn't want that pitch there. He got away with it. Slider over the plate.
And playing coming in. Let's be more patient with him. You saw when they got the bases loaded, they worked a couple walks. But at some point, you got to hit it.
Yep. Pops this one up, and that's going to be out number 1. And now only 2 of the last 9 have reached, but he's only going
to be ready for it. That's a fastball down the middle. He takes a rip at it. Now you change up down, but he's throwing some strikes earlier in the count.
Dingling a couple of walks, reached 4 times.
I will make decisions. Try to take the ball, hit the ball the other way. That's what keeps you off that pitch.
Soft.
Working hard at it.
7th pitch of the at-bat fouled out of play.
But that's a
Fastballs
pitcher.
to start the at-bat. Now he gets another and drives it deep to center, but right to Kyle is. 2 outs. It leaves it up to Bly Madris. Tigers down a run in the 6th inning. Fly ball left center deep, and that ball is going to split the outfielders, hop the wall.
Move that he's got going on.
Check swing, got rate of his career. Ground ball softly to second on the first pitch that he throws. And Parker Meadows, I don't think you can do any better than that. Hunter Renfroe cues one off the end of the bat for the 2nd time tonight.
He's pulled this thing out of here somewhere, and I'm loving it. He didn't have that bounced.
Line drive jammed him a little bit. Soft line drive into right off the bat of Massey. First pitch slider misses. 2-0 goes in with the sinker.
Sliding head first anywhere.
2-1 half cut on the splitter. It's deep. The 2-2. Line to left, deep trouble, and that ball's gone. He hung a splitter.
You know, doing a good job with the pitches, but you throw one too many off speeds, Dan, and that could happen. But you know, DeYoung, if you hang that kind of in that vertical zone.
Hasn't really given up many in relief. Now he's given up home runs.
In love with off speed too much. Balls get hit a long ways. More frequently.
Well, you made the point as to the fastball. It's not nearly as dangerous. Doesn't usually result. And it can, obviously. Melendez has taken 2 called thirds in this game. Lines this one into right field. He went down and got the slider. He's got some speed. He's heading to second. Perez throw to second base, and they got him. Whoa, that's a fine bunt attempt. Power bunt from Kyle Isbell.
Great footwork, great execution.
The quickest tagger in the business. And Javi Baez, ground ball to second, and Cole Keith quietly put together 2 really good seasons. 48 in the third last he did last year, but the strikeout rate is down from 10.5 to 7.5.
You know, once they kind of know what you got, they lay off it a little bit more.
Fastball
foul it
up,
foul it off a little more regular.
0-2 is chopped to second base. Cole Keith will make the play at second. Aston got the final out of the 6th. Big bending curveball.
Curveball slider.
Missed a few days. The bats have not been good the last couple of days. In this stretch over the last 6-7 games, it's been all on the homestand. There's just no pressure on opposing pitch. Pretty good splitter. Chops the splitter out in front of home. Salvador Perez looked like he got tangled up a little bit with guys, so he's avoiding it. Basically, he has it. I mean, anybody else bounces that throw.
You know, them catchers, they have a ability.
A lot of hard contact. The hard hit rate against is pretty high. Swinging a fly ball, right field. Deep, but at the Chevy Sunday Kids Days. Gets tickets at tigers.com/tickets.
If he hits that one, then you tip your cap. I think we cut her in. Just blow his doors off here.
Fastball, and he turns it around and singles him.
Getting some barrel on it, driving it up through the box.
It's yesterday, doubled today. Jam job ground ball to second base, fielded by Cole Keith. Baez to first, and they base hit up the middle off the bat of Hunter Renfroe. That bat's been hot of late.
A pressure situation, he inherits a couple runners.
Fly ball to center is deep but playable. That's where Parker Meadows is. A great message, one of many for the skipper, number 10, having his number retired tonight. First pitch going the Hall of Fame weekend. Whether he's thought about or hadn't thought about it in the way that he's thinking about it, and they've got a pretty special relationship. 1-2, perfect. Wow. That is power
Little league
stuff.
frame mentality. He'll pull that ball up from the
Ford
ground.
remains one of the incredible players. Still catches a lot. I know he's never been in this job, but this is potent stuff. Pasquantino has room, and the Tigers go 1-2-3. Always like how Jim.
The difference is he was a player's manager, but had the respect of the players.
Right.
And that was there's a respect that he's the top dog. He calls the shots.
There was never
and understand, hey, when this guy's struggling, how to pick him up out of it.
little pop-up. Cole Keith will make the play in shallow. I will sit you. And
after they whine a little bit, but it was always nope, straight to the point. This is how it's going down. That's what gets guys on board. It's like if the leadership is that convicted about it, I'm on board.
In their next 98 games. 9 innings. Pop up. Playable for Bly Madris.
But he was up on the top. He was ready to go to war.
Swinging a foul straight back.
So he would believe in him for him.
He had an incredible ability, didn't he, to instill that confidence in the player.
Doubt. He'll throw that hard fastball in there, be ready to hit.
Pop up, foul, and safely out of play. But it's low walks, high strikeouts. He's probably better than that. Fly ball, right center. That's deep. That ball's got a chance. Gone! And one.
Get some of that, Bly. That's big boy territory out there, Dan. Good knock.
Check double or triple with the old dimensions.
Adrenaline's up. You got to slow yourself down. Fight some pitches off.
Lays off the splitter again. Couple of good takes.
Count more like 1-2.
Down in the corner. Parker Meadows just back, takes a 90 months. Ground ball to second. We'll get McKinstry to third with one out. A single right here or a ball to the outfield. Fastball high. All outs. Splitter is fouled out. 1-2. Foul to the screen. That's a outfield normal depth. Soft little tap. Line drive to left. That ball is off the wall. Tigers have tied it. Baez on the way to second, and they'll make it with a head first. High fly ball to center, playable. Did Isbell lose it? No. Now we'll try to win it. Baez takes off for third, and he'll take it without.
Make him bring it to you.
Up and away, and again. Good hitter at the plate. Chopped. Keith has only one. Bobby Witt Jr. does a lot of damage early in the count when he swings. Little flare to center. Meadows dives. Did he make the catch? He did.
But 5%? Are you kidding me? What a play off first base.
And the weapon needs to be against lefties. Last 2 years. Fastball, tremendous move. 2-2. Baez will take care of Pasquantino. Tigers bat in the
zone. Could be good.
Soft little tapper to third. That will get Perez over to third. That guy you want on the mound if you're Kansas City.
Over the plate is what you're really looking for.
Like that.
Oof.
Took a rip here. The 1-2. Shot into the camera well at the end of the Tigers dugout. Another 1-2 pitch. Got it.
Yep, and all that was set up by
Justin Henry Malloy, the Tigers' last hope. He takes a rip at a fastball.
to right.
Check swing on the changeup. The 1-2. Lays off the fastball low.
Down away at some point.
Line drive down the right field line. Base hit. How about it? 2 in the 9th. 1 here in the 10th. Swing into foul. A rip. Down and in. It looks like he. Ground ball softly up the middle. Bobby Witt Jr. will flick to first and just get belayed. And